Good morning. Oh, Brian popped out. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. Now I got to rearrange our faces. All right, we all good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Elevation. Good morning, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I just need to create a list and just good morning, all you guys. But good morning, everybody. Elevation Academy. I'm tired. I'm super tired, so I'm gonna give y'all an apology. The Instagram apology is quick. You guys know every Wednesday Instagram, we can't see your comments. We apologize every single time. We are not avoiding you. It's just they're not populating on our screen. So just get that out early. We have special guests. We have two special guests today. William Truss, owner of CEO Conglomerate, and his business partner Gilberto. I know for sure William does personal fitness, physical fitness. And just recently I found out he does a lot more than that, like in terms of investing in businesses and stuff like that. So William, if you can give the people a rundown of the totality of what you do. I know I sugarcoat the intros a lot. But before you do that, I just want to apologize to everybody. I'm gonna be making this coffee run real quick. So you guys, I'm gonna bloop bloop one time. So William, go ahead and tell the people about you. Introduce yourself, introduce your partner, and then we can get the show started.
Yeah. So, hey everyone, my name is William Truss. I'm a retired professional basketball player, turned personal trainer, turned business coach. So, um, we have a portfolio of companies, includes gym acquisition, and we also acquire online fitness businesses. We acquire them, grow them, scale them, and then sell for exit. So, and I also have my day one road dog, Gilberto Herrera. Uh, Man is a personal branding genius. So I'll just let Gilberto go ahead and introduce himself.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. I hadn't
Sounds
said
good.
much since we got started, but first and foremost, thank you guys for having me. Shout out to everybody on the stream. I think before we get started, I would say with the synergy that's about to go on in this conversation, y'all need to be sharing this with your audience. Because like Jay Z said, we about to give y'all $1 million worth of game for free 99. So I'll focus on scaling people. Everybody else focus on the business. I focus on the individual within the business. I feel like every business should have a polarizing figure. If you look at all the big dogs, they have a business brand, but they also have a personal brand leading, the charge. And that not only helps your business grow, but it also brings in revenue for yourself in so many different areas. So that's just a little bit about me. Look forward to the conversation and look forward to building with everybody that's in here, a little further.
Cool, cool, gentlemen. I appreciate that introduction, man. So William, let's get right into it. Right, how did you get into not personal finance, personal fitness?
Yeah, man. So I actually got into personal fitness. It was really more of a side gig when I was home between jobs. And then eventually, I ended up getting certified, NASM, and ended up going from the new guy on the block to being one of the top trainers in the US. And eventually, right before the pandemic, I decided to go online. And I mean, you can infinitely scale anything, once you go from brick and mortar to online. So yeah, man, it's been to the moon ever since.
Okay, and I heard you mention NASM. For the people that don't know, can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so NASM is the National Association of Sports Medicine. So I am certified. A lot of people would call me a master trainer, but I mean I'm a guy who loves helping people get in shape and make more money.
Got you. So when you go out and you're looking for clients, like what does that process look like? Because I know me, for a business owner, we don't accept every client. How are you qualifying like who you're gonna help?
Yeah, so we have a pretty dialed in process, and one of my mentors, Alex Hermosi, um, pretty much gave me the like a simple sales framework that is just it can work in every business. First thing you want to do, you want to know like you want to know who they are, you want to know what they're looking to accomplish, and you want to know the why behind they're doing what they're doing.
Okay,
Most people just usually focus on the first two, but they never actually get to the real why behind their like behind the reason why they want to make more money, why they want to lose weight, So yeah.
got you. And from like the clients that you already had and clients that you're bringing on, what do you find that like their why is? What, on average, like what might be that reason that they're trying to get in shape?
Yeah, so usually for parents, they're usually wanting to get in shape because of their kids, right? They have young kids, and their kids just run laps around them all day, every day, and they just can't keep up. They're huffing and puffing, out of breath. And one of my promises is that you'll be able to beat your child in a race by the time we get done training together.
Yeah, that's a pretty big promise, man. You got the guarantee for the business like that. That's what's up.
Hmm.
But, I wanted to shift gears just a little bit because I heard you obviously talking about, um, you got a couple businesses as well.
Yeah.
How do you qualify like a takeover? How do you select what kind of business you're going to take over? Is it revenue? Is it the current brand that's in place? The people that are in place. How do you qualify that?
Yeah. So usually what we do, we usually they want to be doing, usually anywhere from a million to 10 million. But one one specific prerequisite is that they have to do virtual and live events. That's just for my portfolio company. They have to do virtual and live events because I teach people how to sell one to many.
Okay.
So that way you can sell anything from 5,000 to 100,000 without sales calls.
That's an interesting perspective. I've never actually looked at it from that viewpoint. When you say live and virtual, I'm assuming you mean like, in person. Like
Mhm.
what kind of like events could you like just explain to the people
Yeah,
that
so it can be anything. So yeah, it can be anything from in person events, seminars, speaking from stages, which my brother Gilberto is masterful at. I actually learned a lot of what I know from him speaking from stage. By the way, be sure to go check out his TED Talk. Phenomenal.
oh,
But
that's it. So that's crazy.
yeah, but yeah, man, biggest thing, and I mean, once you learn the principles, they can be applied to anything because principles are the highest level of learning. Most people nowadays they just teach you tactics. Like
Mm,
they teach you the bottom feeder. They teach you the bottom feeder strategy and tactics. But if I can get you to understand a principle, then you're much more likely to go off and execute in with whatever tactic or strategy that you want.
got you. And in doing that, Gilberto, maybe just a little question for you. Are you involved in I guess qualifying the businesses with you doing the branding and the marketing? what's your perspective on how you guys look at companies?
Yeah, so like Trust said, I mean, there's really three principles to every business. First and foremost, you got to get really clear on who you want to serve and who you can serve and who you can add value to that you'll work well with. After that, you got to figure out how to reach them. So what are you going to say to them that's going to attract them to you? And then lastly, you just got to figure out how to continue to at least serve them at a high level once they're aware of who you are. And for me, I set my brand up in a way where I attract people that I know for a fact when they come to me, they can pay me. And everybody else, they either get my free stuff, they watch my my stuff on social media, but they got to get to a point where they know, hey, if I'm not ready to invest in myself, then he's not my guy. When you click on my form, one of the questions that I ask in the form is, hey, are you ready to invest in yourself? And did you have a budget set for this? If they say no, they automatically get an email saying, hey, we're not going to be a good fit for each other, but here are some other people that I could recommend you to.
Got you. So he's essentially using like a survey or a lead form to qualify before you.
Absolutely. But you have to. I mean, that's not just in business. That's just in life. If you're not clear on who you are and who you want to serve, then you'll always get the short end of the stick.
Target audience. That's
Always.
literally what he said. So pretty much what he talking about, and it applies to everything like they're talking about. If you don't have a target audience, you just saying, let me limit my curse words before I get in trouble. But you're just saying stuff to anybody. And when it comes to picking your target audience and niching down, look, KP was saying that from day one. Exactly. It's like when you do a target audience, and this applies to anything. So we can talk specifically about what you guys do with the personal fitness. So let's say for William, for example, if William says, I help women, recent new moms, or women that just had children, help them lose all their baby weight in 90 days, something super specific like that.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to have a stronger hold on that group of women because he is telling you, this is literally who I service. I help moms who just recently had kids lose their baby weight in 90 days. So guess what? Moms that are just having kids are going to be like, yo, what are you doing that's so magical that you can help me? And they're willing to want to go to him. But if the message was like, I can help you lose your baby weight in 90 days. Okay, well, I had a kid 2 years ago. I still got the baby weights. Can you help me? Yes, he can, but the message isn't as direct. And now that mom isn't really going to gravitate to him. She's just going to be like, I've heard it before. I've heard the pills. I've seen the teas. I don't really care. Mm-hmm. But by saying I specifically help moms who just had babies lose that baby weight in 90 days, he's niching down. And hell, you can get even deeper than that. Some people are afraid to go too deep, but you can go as deep as race. You can go as deep as age. You can go as deep as gender. Obviously we're talking about moms that have babies, but gender, you can be as specific as possible, because what you're doing is you're selecting a target group of people that you want to specialize in helping. And that makes it easier for you to promote yourself and to sell your products. Because that group of people is already going to be willing to buy the stuff just because you're saying, yo, it's 10 people in this room. I can help all 10 of y'all, but I can specifically help y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you right now, you two are the two that I can get to the very top, because that's what I do all day, every day. The other 80 y'all, yeah, I can still help y'all. Don't get me wrong. Money's money. We like money, but y'all two are the two that I want. And it makes them feel more special. It makes them want to believe in you, because it's like, well, shit. If you tell me some stuff that applies to Sharnice, I'm going to tell Sharnice. I'm not going to buy it. Nothing against you, but it made me tell my partner who it applies to, and, as opposed to just saying something so broad. Because the three of us and Tamaya, we brainstorm all the time. We see things all the time. And if it doesn't resonate with any of us, we just going to overlook it. It could be something that will help the academy tenfold, but if it doesn't resonate with any of us, it's like, Yeah, all right, whatever. Let's just, we'll double back to that later.
Yeah, and to add to your point, it's not just that's how you grab their attention, right? Because you're speaking directly to them, but also you got to know them so well that you understand their frustrations, their fears, and then you got to talk. You got to understand that before and after, because we don't necessarily sell a product or a service. We sell a transformation. That's in everything,
Bingo.
Oh,
So what is that? What is that happily ever after they're looking for, and how can you provide that to them with what you do? So here's your problem. This is where you are today. I got a solution for it. And once you go through this process with me, this is what your life is going to look like after. People laugh at me when I bring this analogy up, but when you look at those medicine commercials or the pills or that medicine, they never show you the medicine. They show you happy people on the beach.
And they
mhm.
never show you the side effect.
They tell you the side effects,
They
but
tell you they tell you like 30 seconds in 3 seconds. You catch that one word, you be like diarrhea, blood in my stool. I'll be like,
Right.
oh, shorty.
but think about it. To that person that's going through that, they are willing to risk that to have that visual they see on TV.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's all about the happily ever after. It's like a movie, and oftentimes entrepreneurs, they think that they're the hero in the movie when really and truly their customer is the hero. You're just a
Mhm.
coach. You're Mr. Miyagi. Your customer is the Karate Kid. You
Absolutely.
got to help the Karate Kid overcome that obstacle and win that fight. And once he wins that fight, life is so much better for him. And that's how you got to speak in terms of your marketing, um, and at every stage of the buying cycle.
All right, so we can get the Q&A started because I know the people like me, we got the dad bods, you know what I'm saying? I'm eager to hear the things that's gonna help me, you know what I'm saying? Look, I went fishing this weekend with a family. We took a multi-family trip, me and my family circle and my neighborhood, all the kids, we went fishing. And I'm looking back at the pictures because Jazz was taking a couple pictures of me fishing. I'm like, damn, bro, I got rolls in my back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm keeping it real with y'all. Y'all know y'all love me for that, man. I keep it real. So I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm five, what am I like? 5'10", 5'11". I'm like 240. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not fat, but I'm not fit either. I'm right in that danger zone of you about to be fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm like right there.
If you ain't
And
careful.
looking at the pictures, hey, listen, y'all can laugh because I was laughing. You know what I'm saying? When I seen my wife posting pictures,
Oh,
but she sent it to me. And I was like, dang, babe, you look at this. Like when I walk away, you see this and you ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, golly, good.
So yeah, man. So the best advice that I can tell you. So first, I'm going to tell you the advice that all the other people who copied me and watered down my philosophy. I'm going to give you what they tell you to do, and then I'm going to tell you what you actually need to do.
Okay.
What I would urge you to consider doing. Okay. Most of them, they'll tell you, oh, just eat less, move more. Eat less, move more. But do you know the problem with that?
When you eat less, you don't have the I think like the energy to burn or the fat to burn or something, right? It's like you got to have something to burn something, don't you?
I mean, that's a great answer, but the real answer is you're not being the person that can get the result. See, everything that I teach, everything that I work with, from fitness to business, they're principles. A principle can be applied in every situation to every person, and it'll work 100% of the time. See, a lot of them, they teach tactics. They teach you keto, Jenny Craig, whatever diet, like the Snicker bar diet. Like they teach you all of this stuff, but it's all trash. So have any of you ever heard the principle of be, do, have?
Nah, I've never heard that.
Okay, cool. So every lottery winner in history is poor.
Yeah.
Why? Why is every lottery winner in its history dead broke right now?
Financial literacy, I would assume.
No, because they weren't
That's sad.
they weren't being the person that could handle getting 50 million, 60 million dollars. So you lose it. It's the same way with your fitness. A fit person doesn't who is that? In order to have, you have to be
That's
you have to be
I
first in
think
order to
that's
do.
Marcus. Marcus,
Yeah,
he with us every week, but never sign in, so it always say Facebook.
yeah. See that right there. You know, you have to be the person in order to do the actions, in order to have the outcome. And anytime you try to work against nature, you will eventually be on the losing side of that battle every time.
Yeah, nah, that's real. That's real talk because, like you just said, even not being a millionaire, being an entrepreneur, I've met over the last 3 years. I've met several entrepreneurs that have become successful that are no longer successful.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't put themselves in positions to stay successful. They were like, "Oh, I made $20,000 a month. Let me blow 17,000. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's not how it works." So yeah, I trust me that hit. I've seen it. I've had my roller coasters. You know, I figured it out, and we can have a steady climb now. But when I first got started, it was fun. You know, because coming from the 9 to 5 mindset, you know job security. You know every Friday I'm gonna get a check. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I missed a day, my check gonna be a little shorter, but I still know I'm getting a check. An entrepreneur ain't like that. You might get paid today and might not get shit tomorrow.
Well,
You
see,
might get
and see a lot of that, yeah, and see a lot of that goes back to the model, right? If you have an obsolete or inefficient model, of course, you're not going to have any monthly recurring revenue in your model.
right.
You know, so for me, you know, my burn rate is usually about 4,500 a month at the most, and I'm being generous just for just for this. But I mean, I have one business that generates roughly 35K a month. Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, um, a lot of people are running on the old model, on an inefficient model of business, and they're expecting to be profitable long term. Most of them either burn out or the business burns down to the ground.
And they don't know how to get out of that slump. Whew. All right, let's stop scaring the people, man. Let's get back to the fitness. There she go. Hey, Snow White.
Oh,
All right, so yeah, well, let's get back to the questions, man. Just specifically on physical fitness.
okay.
What are your areas of like specialization? Like, what do you specialize in terms of physical
Yeah.
fitness?
Yeah.
Cardio.
So that's a great question. I specialize in hormone optimization.
Hormone.
That's my
optimization.
Yeah. That's my specialization. Um, we sit down, we get your labs done, and then once they come back, you know exactly what you need to do in order to get to the body that you want.
Okay, and once you have that information, I'm assuming you create a program around that. Like, how does that process work?
Yeah, so everything is custom tailored, literally down to the point, like the 0.08 of your weight. So everything is literally like precise. So we make your nutrition plan. We know exactly what exercises will work well with your body and which exercises won't. So literally, like when you come to us, it's like having a white glove service.
Let me jump in real quick, B.
Yep.
So just what you just said there, I've heard of that before. where all exercises don't apply to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So like I never knew, I don't know the depth of it, of course, but like example, me and my oldest son, you know, we have different body types. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's my son, we still have different body types. So he's doing an exercise. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I told you I got the dad bod. So we doing exercise. I'm sitting here telling him like, hey, Abby, dog, my chest hurt. And he talking trash. He like, man, you just being a sucker. You know, you gotta keep pushing through it. And I'm like, nah, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I get it that I'm unfit, but nah, something don't feel right. Then I woke up the next morning. I feel like I had strained my back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, he young, he 14. So of course he could do it.
Right.
But for me, 33, I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have. When I felt my body was saying stop, I should have stopped. But I let my 14-year-old peer pressure me to keep going, like, because I ain't want to be a sucker. So I'm sitting here going for. I'm like, dog, I don't think I should keep doing this.
Right.
But yeah,
Pass out.
I'm telling y'all understand, man. I feel like I was getting ready to throw up. But if y'all have children, you understand what I'm saying. You can't let your kid outdo you in anything. So it's like he calling me a sucker, telling me stop crying and keep going. And I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm mad because I ain't gonna let my son outdo me. But my body like, bro, just give up, just quit. And I'm like, nah. But that next morning, I was like, yeah, never again. So I guess the question would be, can you talk a little bit about that? Can you talk a little bit about like the different, I guess like the different fitnesses for, I know you do custom, so you don't have to go crazy with that, but
yeah,
why is that so important when it comes to like different bodies and different, you know, ways to adjust?
Yeah. So for instance, so if I were to make a plan for, let's say, Charnice, Charnice I wouldn't have Charnice doing any type of like high intensity interval training. No, you're going to go into the gym, or if you're in our top level service, we're going to send you the weights, we're going to send you the bands, so that way, you know, you don't, Charnice, you won't have to go to the gym. You can get all your workouts in at home, and literally, like we make it easy, literally. Now, for you, KP, I would have you doing calisthenics because you don't need weights. I would just have you literally doing old school calisthenics, push-ups, plank, sit-ups, air squats, split squats, literally like
That's what strained my back.
So
everything you mentioned, that's what we was doing.
That's literally what I would have you doing. But I would have your periodization mapped out specifically for you. So we would actually have my body dynamics coach go in and audit your form. That's one of the first things that you have to do. Like we have to go through a body audit. So that way we know, okay, when you squat, your knees are starting to pronate in. Let's fix that, because if you don't, 5 years from now, you're going to need to have a hip surgery.
Oh, see, that's things that we don't know. That's things that the untrained mind, I wouldn't know that. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting fit, and I realize I'm really damaging my body.
Absolutely.
We got so many comments. We can pause a little bit. Millie, all I see is male or female. I'm not sure when you posted that, Millie. If you want to be specific, we can double back for you. I just want to scroll through and see if we got any comments. I know most of them were Marcus kind of joking around and laughing. What does that say? You see this and say, oh, they're talking about when I said I was fat. Working with intermittent fasting team in 2018, which takes a toll through your body and its natural status. You want to talk on that? You know anything about this? With intermittent.
Yeah. So I was one of the first people that introduced intermittent fasting outside of Dr. Berg, who's actually one of my mentors, along with Dr. Layla Africa, rest in peace. I was one of the first people that really brought that mainstream, and yeah, I've evolved it over the years because research changes and things are constantly being updated. But yeah, intermittent fasting is a great way. But there is also a wrong way to do it. Let me be clear. So if you're fasting and if you're not getting your electrolytes and your vitamins and minerals, you're going to have a lot of issues. Hair falling out, um, dark spots on your skin, you'll start to bruise easily. There are just a lot of different um, issues that can arise if you do it the wrong way. So please consult a medical professional or myself. If you'd like more information, I'm more than happy to send along some free resources.
Cool. I think this is the same person that said it's from Scientology. I'm not sure. Is that
Doctor, intermittent fasting did not come from Scientology. Intermittent fasting has been around for about the last 4,000 years. Um, but Dr. Berg is a Scientologist, yes.
got it? Shanice had to bring more. Oh, when Marley came on the camera, and then that's the last one. Ego caught you slipping. Yeah, yeah, it did. Okay. Hey, can you talk about the importance of that? I guess you can use me as a prime example, like how your ego or your pride can be hurtful in your journey.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually what happens is um, a lot of us, I just turned 30 a couple months ago. So, I'm not 21, 22 anymore, right? So my body has to readjust and I also have to readjust my expectations because I can't go out and run a sub 6 minute mile anymore. But I can work my way back to running a 6 minute mile. You just don't jump straight in and start training for a marathon, KP.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
shot.
that's like one of the worst things you can do because eventually it's just gonna set you back even further. You say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go run a marathon," and then you get out there and your back starts to spasm up. Now you're out for 6 to 8 weeks because you can't because you let your ego lead instead of you having the emotional intelligence to say, you know what, I'm not ready for this right now, but I'm going to start small and I'm going to build gradually step by step.
I let a 14-year-old pull my back out, man. I feel like it's now. I really feel like a chump, just like he said I was.
Hey, I wanted to jump in real quick on this KP. Talk about injuries, right? So we all know that's a possibility when you're doing physical fitness, specifically when you're out of shape. And again, like you go in with the ego, say, "Oh, I'm gonna go throw up 225 on the bench, and see what's gonna happen." Do you all have systems in place to kind of have clients go through rehab, or maybe you can refer them to somebody? How do you address those injuries?
Yeah, man. So everything that we do is actually in house. I actually took this from Jeff Bezos. You want to make sure that you have everything in house. So that way you don't never have to send anything outside of your business. Everything is vertically integrated. So it makes it a lot easier for us to fulfill things and we don't have to worry about having the headaches. I'm actually a firm believer in prehab. So I believe in injury prevention, not actually, like I want to make sure that you never get injured to begin with, because if you get injured, more than likely you're going to come after me, right? So like we send you everything, the bands, the massage gun, recovery kits. So yeah, we literally make sure you have everything you need to be successful, not only short term but long term.
Gotcha. And the massage gun, I've been wanting to get one myself. What is the effectiveness of that? I mean, it looks like athletes are using it. Can you talk about that a little bit? Just the
Yeah,
different.
man. So I was actually introduced to it when I was over in China. I lived in China for a year, and it was by far one of the best experiences that I've had. Let me lead with that. Um, they really take care of their athletes over there. And every one of us that went, they gave us a kit that had a massage gun. It had like the muscle rub cream. Um, it had the lacrosse ball that you can use for if you have plantar fasciitis, which if I don't know if any of you have ever had that, is terrible. Um, yeah, literally, like they just made sure that we were preventive with our regiments, so that way we didn't miss any games. Because if we missed games, the team lost, right? So I want you all to think of the same thing. Like when it comes to your everyday life, if you're injured, who do you have that's depending on you? That like now you can't work. You can't show up and be the best version of you because you know you let your ego get in the way, and now you're down for 8 weeks.
Got you. Okay, P, that's all I had at the moment. I don't know if we got some questions coming in on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
topic.
Hey, I get it. You all want to talk to me, but if you want to make some money, that's the guy you need to
That's
talk
what I was
to.
getting ready to say. We
Yeah.
got both. We got business related questions and personal related questions. So I guess we can bounce between the two. Um
Nah,
one
Trust
question
just don't
was
want y'all to get in his portfolio. That's all that is. You see how he deflected that real quick?
my man said, there you go. Hey, it's funny he did that because I do that all the time. She'll tell you that they'll ask a credit related question. I'll be like, I don't even answer. I just point.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
That question is best answered by this one. All right,
man,
but
absolutely.
what certifications or qualifications are required to become a personal or fitness trainer, and how do I obtain them?
Yeah, so I actually have the highest two that you can get. I'm a certified strength and conditioning coach, and I'm also certified by the National Association of Sports Medicine. Now, the bad thing about being in this industry is that the barrier to entry is very low. Like anybody, anybody and their uncle can actually be a fitness coach, unfortunately, which is why you have to make sure that you actually vet people and qualify people before you let them give you advice.
You see the comments that they got you.
That's a little bit.
Yeah,
Trust it.
man. Yeah,
Um,
that's the money, man. Y'all worried about me, this guy.
Next one is, well, I guess this kind of goes right to what you just said. What's the difference between a certified personal trainer and a non-certified trainer?
For one, a certified trainer is actually credentialed. So for one, he's covered um, by whichever certification institution he went through, and we're actually in the process of building out our own certification, and we're going to partner with NASM. That'll be in like the next year or so. Um,
You said NASA?
NASM,
Oh, I was getting
yeah.
ready to say I might wait. What we doing?
There you
Workouts
go.
intergalactic.
Out in space.
So yeah, it'll be through NASM, and we also partner with Gatorade. So
Okay.
they're also a partner of ours. So they make sure that we stay up to date with the latest technology and
You got
systems.
you gotta do the 30-second sponsor. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is sponsored by Gatorade Zero. Make sure you rehydrate your electrolytes.
Hey man, absolutely. Hey, I had to make sure I gave them a shout out. Had to make sure we are a performance partner with Gatorade. So
I do have a money question now. And you don't have to give us the specific breakdown, but how does one get into something like that? Like how would, let's say me and Brian started a fitness journey, right? Or a fitness company. How do we get into partnering with companies like Gatorade or Powerade or things like that?
once again, you're asking the wrong
Oh
person.
no, I was asking money.
Ask
I was asking
this
your brother.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, how we just go after the partnership, right? Like you got to be crazy enough to believe in yourself that they would even want to partner with you. The first mistake we don't do is we feel like we don't deserve those partnerships, and we don't believe in ourselves enough to even go have a conversation with them. The second mistake we make is we feel like we can't add value to those companies. So think about a Gatorade. Why would they want to partner with, Trust? What type of versus a high powered athlete, right? Well, Trust has trust with people those athletes don't touch on a day-to-day basis. Um, so then secondly, you got to make sure that when you go after these partnerships, you understand what that company is about, and you have to make sure that you communicate the value to them, that your mission, vision, and what you do is in line with who they are as a partner. Because you see it all the time in the media. Athlete gets a big brand deal, right? Shortly after, he flashes a gun on camera in a club, and then all his sponsorships are gone.
Or makes a remark about a movie that
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So you just got to learn to understand. You got to really sit down and understand the value of your business and figure out how to communicate that well. With me, I go straight to the source. I figure out who makes those brand deal decisions, and I knock on their door until they take my phone call. You're not going to social media your way to that partnership. No, you got to go I'm going to call you. I'm going to find you on LinkedIn. I'm going to take a plane and knock on your door at the office.
I told you, money man. I told you, this guy.
I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, hey, that's bold, but that is raw, and that's I ain't scared to do that. Listen. I can tell you right now, I take a plane right now. Listen,
yeah.
I guess for me is knowing who I can partnership based on what I offer. Is that like how it applies? I mean, obviously Gatorade and personal fitness go hand in hand, but for us, financial literacy industry, what we would need to go figure out big wigs that would be interested in something like that, or do I just shoot my shot at whoever?
Well, you got to make sure it's in line with who you are as a company.
Okay.
I mean, it's no different than how you picked your wife, right? You got to make sure.
I didn't choose the wife; the wife chose me.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously it works, right?
Right.
So it can't be. You can't think short sighted. You can't think short term and just think that partnership is going to give you a check. Like, how can we add value to each other? How can we create a win-win-win? A win for myself, a win for that company, and a win for the people we serve long term. Once you are able to communicate that effectively and think about any objections that they may have, and you can communicate, hey, this is the reason why we need to partner together, and you'll be a fool not to do this, then you start getting partnerships.
I need to look. You inspiring me. I'm getting ready to start. Shanice's great with grant writing, so I know she's good with writing up a speech that I could give. And this is why me and her work so good together, because she's great at writing things but not saying them. Yeah. I'm great at saying things but not writing them. So
yeah,
she writes.
I'm rolling my eyes.
Mr. Department Head Manager, I'm specifically calling you to set an appointment with you so that we can talk about a strategic partnership that will not only help your company, but help you look good to a certain amount of people you probably haven't been able to reach on a consistent basis. When can we set a time to talk? That's the conversation right there.
Intro, because like just listening to you say it, it's like, well, damn, I'm interested. Okay, well, how can I do that? Okay,
but you see what I'm saying? But that when you're able to communicate the value, and you got to be confident. Even if you're just starting out, you gotta be bold enough to say, hey, I started this because I believe in this. I got a pocket of people that I serve that can benefit from what you have to offer. I can be a representative of your brand in my area and have your brand in front of them frequently and consistently.
Right.
Here's how I do that. Here's how you benefit from that. You know, like you're in financial services, right?
Yeah.
It's no different than what you do in financial services. I mean, we got to literally twist our arms. You got to literally twist the people that you work with arms so they can do the right thing.
He gives the value add proposition up front. Yeah, that's literally what he said. Like you said, it's like they can't reach certain industries that we can reach, and vice versa, because of their brand or you know what they present or who it is. So I got a couple ideas in mind right now that I might be. I mean, I got to run them past Shanice real quick and then shoot them all. But listen, everybody that knows me know I ain't afraid to shoot my shot, boy. I call that office every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is Mr. Pearson. I'm looking for so and so. Oh, they're not in. All right, I'll give them a call later today. I have
that's not the. You looking for so and so? Okay, when is the best time to call him back?
Boom.
What's his cell phone number?
We don't give that out.
Okay. And see, you all should be writing this down right now, by the way.
Oh no, well, two things. It's recorded, but I got a mental thing because what I do is I'm not a procrastinator. I apply. When I tell you, William, once this podcast ends, I make phone calls. I'm immediately taking action for this, bro. Like I'm literally thinking of about 3 or 4, you know, organizations that I could present this to and mentally preparing how I'm gonna call and how I'm gonna talk. But it sounds like I just need to be aggressive with my pitch. Don't be passive. That's what it sounds like, because I started off passive, like, oh yeah, well, when can I talk to him now?
Yeah. See, and we're sales is a transfer of energy. So if you start off with passive energy, they're gonna give you a passive response. I want a yes or no right away.
Right.
You know, and if they don't give me a definite yes or no, I'm gonna keep trying until they give me a yes or no. I just want a yes or no. Don't put me off. Don't tell me he's not around or not at this time, or like, just be straight up with me. I'm straight up with you. I'm telling you, hey, this is what we can do together. This is how we can do it. What do we need to do to make this happen? You know, so that's in every arena. That's, you know, with trust in the fitness world, the financial literacy world. You know, I've been able to do that in several different markets because nobody else is doing it. You know, they think that you're going to just social media your way to getting those big brand deals. And unless you're The Rock or Kylie Jenner, you know, those deals, you attract those type of deals few and far in between. You know, the only difference between a contact and a contract is the letter R, and the R stands for relationships. So I know I'm most effective when I go knock on your door. I've been doing it all my life.
What they say? That's what people in general. Sales is everywhere. He just gets the people game. He just gets the people game and networking in a practical sense. And look, he said you need to be writing it down. It started getting beyond my mental storage, so I started writing it down.
So I'll give you an example, right? Of this at work. I'm really close to a social media influencer. He has a huge platform, and he was trying to get a brand deal with Doritos. And he kept, you know, calling them out on social. He still hadn't gotten a brand deal. I went online, did the research on who make those decisions, and I'm like, bro, we can go after him. You know, you just let me know if this is what you really want. I'll go after him for you, get you in the door. When we close the deal, just give me a percentage of the deal. He was like, you could do that? I was like, yeah, look, here's their contact info. You can go after them yourself, but this is what I do. I'll make it easy for you. You keep doing your social thing. I will do what I do in the back end and get you in that door. I did it for artists. You know, I used to manage artists. It's the same strategy. You know, you focus on rapping and singing and being creative. Let me get you in the boardrooms and let me negotiate these deals for you.
Well, you got me writing. All right. All right. So
that man just dropped a major ball.
Listen, more than more than the value that we were expecting, which is great because I'm listening and I'm writing this stuff down and I'm looking like, okay, once I get in the door, and this is a question for the people. It's for me, but it's for the people. What do they need to do next? And again, I know what I need to do next. I have my proposition, and I know what we offer and how we can partner with bigger companies. But for the people that don't know, because I don't want people to watch this podcast and just to assume, hey, I'm about to go reach out to Lay's and see if I can sell their chip. What do they do next once they get their foot in the door to even present themselves? What do they do?
Well, you don't present first. You listen. Hey, I know we can work well together, but before I jump the gun, I'd love to know, what does a strategic partnership look like to you? What does success look like to you when you work with brands? What's your goal within the next year? What's your short-term goal? What are your long-term goals? You know, what are some of the mistakes that you've made in certain partnerships that you know you don't want to make again? Tell me more about that. What did that cost you? You know, what do success, you know, who is the best partner that you have right now that's similar to me? What are they doing well? Would you change anything about that? You just interview them.
Right.
It's no different than writing copy. Once you know who their pain points and their successes, you tailor your pitch to make it all about them. It's not going to be about you. I mean, it is, but people don't buy when they understand you. They buy when they feel understood.
Yeah.
So once you gather that data, then you come back with a proposal. Hey, Mr. Marketing Director, last time we spoke, you know, these were your goals. ... Is this still correct? Has that changed? Well, let me tell you a little bit more about my company and what I do. And then you start going into yourself. So based on everything that you told me, Mr. Customer, here's the strategy that I put in place. Here are the tactics. Here are the objectives that are gonna, support this strategy. Here are the tactics that I'm gonna use to ensure that this goal is met. And here's how you're gonna be able to measure the results. And we'll review this however you see fit, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, annually. You tell me.
That's a good pitch. And I know I got two companies that I already got in mind. I know I need to think bigger, maybe hit 10 companies, but I got two for sure that I'm gonna run past Shanice, but he's spitting game. Listen, if y'all start seeing the podcast with a branded logo on there, mind your business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've done it locally, in Alabama. I've closed a deal with MasterCard for a nonprofit, $500,000 deal.
Sheesh.
Me personally, I'm a consultant for Google. I'm the only consultant for Google in Alabama. That deal didn't come because I didn't know how to negotiate.
That came from experience, is what it sounds like. Because Google ain't no mom and pop shop.
Yeah, I got some stuff on the table with Microsoft. So, but that's because I'm really clear on who I want to reach, and that's just on that side. On the branding side, I don't. If you're not a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, I don't even want to work with you.
There you go. Not to put y'all down. Y'all will get there eventually.
Yeah, and I go to them and I say, hey, you've been running a successful company. Have you ever thought about packaging up everything you know and teaching others how to get to where you are, and adding 7 streams of revenue just by putting your name out there?
Yeah.
Well, I've been wanting to speak. Well, where I am in my life today, I get $10,000 to speak. You run a successful multi-million-dollar company. I'm sure you can get more than that. And I got the blueprint to help you with that. But not only that, have you thought about writing a book?
Right.
So you see what's going with it?
Yeah, you making them more successful without pitching yourself. You pitching
Yeah.
their success. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because in New York we have the saying that we used to tell girls is, when they ask you like, "What's up?" You'll say something like, "You, sometimes me, always us." I carry that into business.
Oh God.
Trust.
Oh
This
God.
had I known Gilberto was gonna spit fire, I would have had this in the mentorship. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was gonna come crazy like
Hey,
that.
bro. Hey, man. Hey, I tried to tell you, man.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
money, man.
told y'all, money, man.
Y'all got the most expensive free game we could pitch. You know what I'm saying? And listen, the crazy part about it is he didn't even go in depth. Just him with the surface crack information was fire. Because imagine if he started going in depth and telling you what to say in those deals. You know what I'm saying? Like what to say. And I'm not saying no, don't do this, but just imagine. You get what I'm saying? Like he talking like he could do the deal for you. Just talk to me a little bit. Shit, that's
Hey, man. Hey, man. All I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Book a call with Gilberto.
Right.
Even worst case scenario, you get a roadmap to make $1 million.
What's the contact? Let me throw it on the screen for the people. Hey, Trust, I'm taking off the chaos ladder.
That's cool.
I'm putting it in the chat.
That's the private chat. I throw it in the chat for you though. The chat you just put in. That's the chat for just us. You know what I'm saying? People can't see that one.
I got you. How to scale just go to that link right there, and that's the roadmap to getting to me. Before you talk to me, I got a free resource for you. If you eat that resource, I mean, it's pretty easy to digest, and it's giving you the blueprint on how to get known, how to attract people consistently, and how to close big deals.
There you go. Look, I can tell y'all right now, KP's going to download it.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm dead serious though, because it's like the more you speaking about it, how my brain operates is when I have or hear a great idea, I immediately start figuring out how I'm about to run with it. And then all he was doing was telling me what I needed to hear, because it's like one specific company that I love. I love them because I use them, but I noticed that they're lacking something that I can help them with. And this is the perfect way to pitch it to them. I just gotta go holler at Shanice real quick, make sure she type up the little professional. Because if I come in, I'm be like, yo, what's good? So listen.
Hey guys, so I think Gilberto has another.
Yeah, he said he had to go.
Another call.
Yeah. But man, listen, let's stay connected, guys. Anything I could do for y'all. What you don't know is I'm also licensed in the financial world, so I know that game all the way around. I got my financial licenses just so that I can empower our people. And what I learned is the way that a lot of people in that industry are taught is from 1932. We need to bring that to the 21st century.
Brother.
Yeah. So look forward to connecting with y'all further. Again, the people in the chat, I couldn't see your names. I hope you got some value out of this. I hope I at least gave you something that you can take away and add to your business right away. Trust, we'll be talking shortly, bro.
Oh, yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, Trust. We got a couple more. We still got like 10, 15 minutes left. B, if you just from the top section of those questions, if you want to hit them with a couple of those, and then we can close out. But hey, listen, Trust, I appreciate you for having him. Come on, man. I'm telling you,
for sure.
This is for me. I'm gonna utilize that information I just got. Yeah, serious. Like when I tell y'all, I don't know how long the process takes. I could have asked him that, but let's just say it's a 3-4 month process. I can promise y'all by the end of the year, I want y'all to quote me. I want y'all to hold me accountable for this. But by the end of the year, y'all gonna see a branded sponsor on the podcast because I'm going.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I was actually I do a lot of my. So let me start by saying I've never spent a dime on ads.
Right.
Everything that I've done has been off of Facebook and LinkedIn. because LinkedIn's a blue ocean right now. Like
Yeah.
there's no one over there. So literally, if you reach out to these people in their email, and then you send them an email, you go straight to the source.
Yeah, I'm learning that. LinkedIn is
Yeah, yeah,
LinkedIn
man.
is
You
like the
go.
professional version of TikTok. That's how I looked at it. It's like
Yeah.
TikTok is good for. I feel like between the two, TikTok is good for bringing in consumers for your
Mhm.
services and products, but
Yep,
LinkedIn is good in for bringing partnerships for your services and products.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm all ears, dog. I'm like, he was spitting fire. Like he got me mind blown. Like I got notes. Look, I got post-its.
Hey, man. Hey, hey. I tried to tell you. I said y'all want to learn about. I said y'all want to learn about fitness. I said that guy.
He like, look, the hell with fitness. We trying to learn about money.
Hey, that's what I said. Hey, I was like, bro,
Hey,
let's get these people. Yeah, get these people some money.
get the partnership. Get the partnership first. Then I got more time for the gym, right?
Yeah, exactly. We make you money, then you come work with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna give you a good example of that. That's it's a good customer journey because, like you just described, that's how we like to do it. It's like I'm gonna show you how to make money first, and instead of giving you my small $100 product, because I helped you make $100,000, you're gonna be more willing to buy my $10,000 product.
All right, man. So so I'm gonna take you all through a customer journey when we run our paid virtual events.
Mm-hmm.
Is that cool? I know we got about 10 minutes or so.
Well, how long is it gonna be? If it's gonna be 30 minutes, then I might have
Nah,
to.
bro. No, bro. It's literally like I'm literally gonna give you all like the Spark Notes version of it.
All right, go ahead. We go. Yeah.
All right, so it's usually a 3-day event. At the beginning of that first day, we go in and get them funded anywhere from $25,000 to $60,000, whether that be loans, credit cards, anything of the sort, right? So then we take them through the process. I break down any limiting beliefs that they may have, any type of fears, failures, doubts that they may have. I teach them the principles. And then at the end, what do? I pitch them my product, and I already know how much they got funded because they told me on the first day, oh, I got funded 25,000. Oh, I got funded 50,000. Oh, I got a $10,000 credit card from Navy Federal. Well, guess what? Now they have the money to invest into my program. And who are they more likely to spend it with?
You
Me,
got it.
because I was the one that helped them get it. So imagine running 6 and 7 figure events, twice a month. You see, now do you all see how everyone in the portfolio, you see how everyone in the portfolio eats?
Said twice a month.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we just saw baby AJ with
Yeah,
no clothes.
twice a month.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate Gilberto. Well, we appreciate you all.
100%.
He spit too much fire. I mean,
Mhm.
I ran out of water trying to put that fire out. Boy. I'm trying to tell you this. It got hot. I started sweating. I asked because the AC on it so hot in this. Hey, but dead serious, bro. Like y'all. I don't know if y'all. Yeah, I mean, I know y'all know I'm serious, but I'm really about to. I'm gonna call Shanice and pitch some of the partnerships that I'm looking toward hitting, because we offer more than just financial literacy. We offer like scalability and things like that, and it's bigger corporations that can both benefit from us and benefit with us, because
Yeah.
every Fortune 500 company has employees.
Yep.
So how is it that your employees aren't able to afford your services, or your employees can't afford to do what you're doing because of minor difficulties. And that's where we come in. That's how you pitch it. Like for you, and I won't tell our specific pitch, but let's say let's say physical fitness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Physical fitness, you have people that have physical demanding jobs, such as the post office, UPS, FedEx,
Right.
all, you know.
Yep.
I've seen some oversized postal workers, you know, and I'm not down on anybody.
Right.
If they could do it, they could do it.
Right.
But being a personal fitness trainer, I would aim to partner with one of them. I mean, those are federal, you know, and hell, like Gilberto said, don't shoot yourself short. Shit, you never know who you might get partnered with. The post office, that's a government organization, but I know they still have partnerships. So what's stopping me from pitching my services to say, hey, listen, for everybody in the city of Orlando or all the post offices in Orlando, I could become the personal trainer for your employees so they can handle that workload, you know, so they're not being gassed out and exhausted. And it's a win-win. Your employees are happy. Your employees are healthy.
Yeah.
And, hell, I'm making money. You know, y'all gonna pay me, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, and we already have corporate partnerships.
Yeah.
Like that's something I've had corporate partnerships since before the pandemic. That's why I literally, like, have you all seen me pitch any type of fitness package?
Nah, that's the thing.
No.
The last time you pitched anything was on another Zoom. It was, we won't say who or where we was at, but we were in another Zoom, and I was like, as long as I knew, bro, he don't really pitch his services that much because you don't have to.
Exactly.
And it's like once you get to the point where you don't have to, it makes everything easier because now you just living your life.
Pretty much, man.
I'm tired of pitching. I love selling, I love talking, but pitching.
Oh man.
If I don't have to, why am I? That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So look, hey man, tell Gilbert, look, he got a tip jar because you know what I'm saying. We got to talk. I'm Starbucks or something because my whole mindset changed in the last 30 minutes, dog. Like I'm open minded, Shanice. I'm gonna tell you the two that I got, Brian. You with us, but trust, bro. Truly appreciate you, man. If you want to have a closeout, you know, you can feel free to close out. Let the people know. We got your contacts here. Like I said, the podcast is gonna live on YouTube, so you know YouTube lives forever. Close out strong. Let the people know what they want to know, man.
Yeah, man. So, essentially, like to anyone that's watching this, the only reason that you don't have what you desire is because of the stories that you keep telling yourself. Change the story.
That's it. That is. Hey, I'm changing my story today. Like I told y'all, you see, we got his QR code up there. Next few months or so, we're gonna have a branded partnership on the other side, and just say I told you so. That's what I want.
Hey man, I'm gonna actually invite you guys to the CEO conglomerate.
Okay.
So yeah, that way you guys can benefit from the knowledge. Because I mean, I literally just let Gilberto do his thing. But if you think what Gilberto gave was fire, I got some stuff that's just like,
hey, man,
yeah.
Don't get me too hyped, dog. I might mess around and melt. I mean, this John blaze it up, but
yeah.
Again, let me close out on our social media tab, and we appreciate you for coming, bro. Shoot me a DM, Trust, and then I'll send
for sure.
Team, that way we can get everything initiated. Again, appreciate you, man, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
All right, man.